All right, camera on moi, sir. There you go. I would like it to be noted that it was not intentional that my shirt and color would be anywhere close to the guest color. This is what I grabbed. It was the first thing I grabbed.
Oh, we talking about this. Remember, we
So,
so
like,
said we gonna dress. We gonna be the
no, we didn't say that. There was never any establishment of that happening. Only because we come from a city where niggas got jokes,
Right.
regardless. So this would turn into some.
We're happy and we're singing and we're calling. Like, no.
Today, after 4 years of praying, chasing, begging, pleading, I even made offers to kill people. I mean, like, I made all types of offers that he was not impressed by. You know what I'm saying? This gentleman has been on the highways. He's been on the road. He's been in all of the classiest spaces, some of the hoodest spaces. This man has been on set to set to set. This man has been producing, writing, coordinating, screaming, hollering, laughing, and bossing up. This is definitely a Baltimore legend as far as the entertainment scene goes because of his mere breadth of catalog and fucking hats that he wears. I've got Desi Alexander in the building. What's up, bro? How you feeling, huh?
Man, anybody never you made me realize I be doing a lot of shit. I ain't even realized till you just said it just now. But yeah, thank you, brother. Glad to be here, man. Thank you.
Oh, man, shout out to you. Let me tell you like this. There's not many people's pages that when I see them all the time, I get tired looking at them. Not because I'm overused to seeing you, but it's like, you doing something else? Another one?
Yeah.
Another one.
Got to stay, on anybody's feed, man. Got to let people know I'm still here,
Facts. Like, it's like y'all have had the busiest. You have what some people would define as a comeback because you look, your Instagram got deleted. What was that, a year ago?
Yeah, literally, a year ago.
You back up again. Look, a year ago, Jess was like, "I'm having a baby," and then it was just like, all right, well, what's gonna happen with that? And then she gets on to the Breakfast Club. So I'm like, "How y'all going tour? How does that work out?"
It'd be so many things that I can't say anything that I know that the audience doesn't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I knew the whole plan of how she was going to do it, and I just watched so many people say, man, she ain't going to get it because she's doing this. And nobody apologized. Everybody just like, oh, it was all a part of the, okay. So nobody said, my bad, Jess. Even people from here that shitted on it. It was like, man, she ain't going to get the job because she talks too much. And they ain't even say, damn, my bad. We kind of miscalculated, but, it is what it is. I just try to make sure I support her and I just make sure I'm the Scottie Pippen in the situation when I'm with her. I'm Scottie Pippen, she MJ. So that's
I love that. I love that.
Or Shaq and Kobe. We both tall. I'm the big brother and she's Kobe. So that's how we handle our situation. So
I love that. I love that. So before we even get into that, because there's so much of your life, because you and I are somewhere in the realm of the same age. I might got you by a year or two.
I just hit 40 January. 40.
I got you by 5 of them things. Okay, that's what's up. Shout out to you. So shout out to being 40, number one.
Yes.
But let's go back. I want to go back to the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Normally, I'm interviewing singers and rappers, and the first question I ask is, what was the predominant music played in the house before you could touch the radio? So now I'm saying, before you could touch the television, what was the predominant content?
Even with that, with the music, it was just Temptations, the Four Tops. That whole Motown era, the whole Marvin Gaye era, and that was in the living room. And then in the kitchen, my mother had the radio. She just played all gospel, all the old school gospel music.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like a mixture of the two. So my father had this record player with the little glass top. That
the old school joint.
Stereo under there. So
y'all had money.
My father. Yeah, they just know how to collect. They just collect, but that was the old school. And like we didn't really get a touch of the hip hop until, of course, being around the radio. Once we got a hold of it, when they wasn't around, I couldn't get my hands on it. I didn't have no control over it. You know what I'm saying? You hear it, but you can't touch the radio or the TV.
Facts.
So my brother introduced me to hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
So in that time period, so what were the things that you loved? The first things that you loved coming from the hip hop culture?
Tribe Called Quest. My brother introduced me to that whole Tribe era and all the people that was connected to Tribe Called Quest. You know, the what is it, the Native Tongues?
Native Tongues.
Them, and then the Busta Rhymes.
De La Soul.
That whole era of music.
Yep.
And I heard Scenario was the first song I heard from that. So imagine a child hearing Scenario first. I almost lost my mind, man. I'm like, this, I can listen. This is music. I can find this song. You know what I'm saying? Like, lost my mind. My brother just put me on to all that stuff. And of course, Baltimore club music.
Word.
That was our, Baltimore club music. I saw the DJ Booby tapes. You know what I'm saying? And my brother would come in the house with just tapes. And he was like, you got to listen to this. And then that Scenario, man, that took me. I was hooked on hip hop after that. You know
That's crazy. So you had a genuine connection with hip hop.
Yeah.
My first things that I fell in love with was like MC Hammer, Kid and Play, like, you know what I'm saying? I wanna rock. I'm listening to the you know what I'm saying? What is it? I'm about to say DJ Booby, but no. What is that?
House music and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
house music, all of that shit.
Ain't that
You know,
funny
Doodoo Brown.
It's like I didn't even look at MC Hammer and Kid and Play like hip hop. I looked at them like
Pop music.
Not even pop, just like legendary, like movie type of people. They transcended a different style of just music in general because MC Hammer was a whole movement.
Facts.
And nigga had a toy, nigga had cereal,
Yep. The cartoon,
the clothes, Kid and Play too. I didn't
Yep.
look at them as the same as hip hop to me when I was little. So because I got to see them a lot, more on TV and movies and stuff. But that's crazy.
No, that's deep. That's deep. I didn't know enough about hip hop as a kid to distinguish between the two. It's like these niggas rapping. This must be what hip hop is, and that was just my personal experience. And I didn't really start understanding what hip hop was until I'm late part of high school. So like until I really fell in love with Mobb Deep and I could recite every song back to front. I can recite all of it was written. And then now people is like, no, this was real shit versus the bullshit.
You start seeing the beef. You start seeing the
exactly.
You start seeing the life of stuff that they talking about.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But hip hop was just so much fun when I was little. Like, listening to all that whole era of music because it was just like talented people just coming, all the colors, the styles, the clothes they wore.
Yep.
I was like, man, Chris Cross, nigga.
The individualism is crazy.
Yeah, yo,
like,
I ain't know who I want to be like. I just know everybody was just so cool and hip. And I got so tired of listening to the Temptations all the time. I go to school talking about, David Ruffin. My classmates like, who the hell is David Ruffin? I'm in the first grade talking about David Ruffin. Like, y'all ain't never heard David Ruffin? Yeah. That was me in elementary school. Let's talk
ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Let's talk about damn David Ruffin. Kids don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But my dad kind of infused that music. Like, that's why I like so much old school music now. Because, like, when you were a kid, you hate it. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, man.
So now the same question goes for comedy.
Okay.
Before you could touch the television, what was the things that made y'all laugh as a family? What were the most comedic elements?
It was of course Bill, Eddie, and Richard. Those were like my uncles of comedy. My dad had the record that had their albums back when comedy people used to have albums. They didn't have Netflix.
Yes, that's a fact.
They had albums like
yes, sir.
On a record player. And my father and them would just go downstairs, smoke weed, and just listen to either Eddie, Richard, or Bill Cosby. And me and my brother would sneak top the steps and be listening. And it's like, we know they laughing. We know this is funny, but we don't know why they laughing at it.
Exactly.
But looking at Richard, it was more so when you were a kid, you laughing at his mannerisms and how he's like pantomiming and really like, you can listen to a Richard Pryor joke with your eyes closed and think it's two people in the room that he's acting like. It is so like rich. And those are the first people like why I grew up like as far as like the comedians is Eddie, Richard, and Bill, man. And if you look at me on stage, you can tell, so.
Yes, you have heavy Eddie influence.
Yeah.
Heavy Eddie influence.
Yep. And
so what was, when you were able to start acquiring your own collection of like comedy stand-ups, or I don't know if that was even something you was doing.
Yeah.
But like, what were the first things that you like, all right, this is mine and I'm going to play it to the tape?
It was everything, because once I realized I always thought about doing comedy because it started in high school when I wanted to. I used to write jokes down, but I didn't know my voice. I didn't know how it would sound saying this stuff out loud on stage. So I would write it, and I would show my mother, and she would like look at me like, because my mother always had me in the theater, like acting in her plays and productions and stuff. So I was always on the stage, but getting on there and making people laugh was different to my mother. So she was just like, I don't want you practicing in school getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? You already got basketball. So she never told me no, but she was always like, I don't know where you're going to do this at. And neither did I. You know what I'm saying? So And when you're young, you don't know where to go to do comedy. Ain't no when we see comedy, it's only on television. You don't think you can reach that.
Right.
I ain't know about no open mics when I was a kid. I ain't know about no, if I would have to go to Hollywood to do it. I didn't know there was a space for it. So I would just write when I was young. But once I started comedy, then I just started to accumulate all these DVDs and of all the stuff I watched when I was a kid, from the Def Comedy Jams, of course, the Richard, Eddies, and Bills, and then all the people under those umbrellas, the Red Fox too, man. I was a big Red Fox fan when I was a kid. And then transferring that to Def Comedy Jam, and then Comic View, and then Bad Boys of Comedy, all those specials. And then even getting into the mainstream white side of it, looking at it. Because my brother always said, look at every style of comedy. You don't know your voice just yet, so you got to look at every style. And then you got to stop watching everybody to find your own voice. So that's what I did.
So when you are what are the things? Because I'm quite sure there's probably some new young comedian looking at you like, yeah,
it's weird, yo. I want to get that nigga. But time be flying by so fast. They be like, man, I want to open for you one day. I'm like, man, niggas really look at me like I'm damn.
But you're OG now. Like now, you talking about a decade in. You looking at a decade, maybe a little bit more than a decade.
Yeah, more than a decade. Yeah.
So like at this point, you definitely are the seasoned veteran. You know what I mean?
And that respect I've gained is just like, wow, man. I work so much, I don't even look back to like niggas gonna respect me. It just like happens just because.
Right.
So
what were the elements that you were picking apart from those stand-ups that ended up becoming the biggest helps for you?
Finding my own cadence, man. I have the material, I have the stories, I have the situations and how to put them together, but it's just how am I going to portray this on stage? How am I going to say this on stage? And it's like all you have to do is just like find your voice within your voice, because I'm nothing like in real life how I am on stage. You know that. Like I'm just the quietest to myself, calmest person off stage. I got to find out who that nigga up there going to be. And it's like you got to turn the lights on when you step on that stage. And that's what it became, me just focusing on tweaking my voice and the math of making the joke and the timing of it good enough to talk to the crowd about it. So that's what it's about. It's your cadence, the math of the joke, and how you deliver it. So
how has your content grown as you've grown? Like, and what causes the growth spurt in the writing? Because all right, you a kid, so it's like, yeah, I be farting, and then like I shitted on it. You know what I mean? Like it starts like that, but then as you get older, now you can start talking about politics. You start talking like how, like at what points was it natural? Was it you all right, this shit working for a time period, and then niggas going, this shit old. Yeah. Like how what forces the growth out of you most of the time?
I think being around kids made me funnier. Honestly,
well, I would have never expected
being a teacher and having my own kids, it made me way funny. Because like, of course you got your jokes that just like blah blah blah, like everybody just laugh. But the jokes that stick to people, that make them love you for life and become your fans and become attached to you, it's just the kids, man. Because like it's hard. It's way easier doing stand up versus trying to keep the attention of 20 kindergartners. That's what made me strong on stage, because I would have to try to teach. And, teachers don't get enough credit. You have to be super creative to keep their attention. And every teacher has their own little hook. Some teachers bring in material. They have little colorful outfits they wear to make the kids focus on them little subliminal stuff. Me, it was just being real and open with them and relating whatever the lesson was to my life. And once I started talking about, like, when I was y'all age, they would just all, like, sit up and want to listen to whatever new story I'm about to tell them that relates to them. Then I would infuse whatever I'm teaching to them in that story. And keeping their attention, boy, it is hard, bro. It is. So stand-up is nothing.
So tell me about your family. Is your family, like, really funny? Or are you kind of like the standout in the family that's just...
Everybody, like my intermediate household, everybody's funny. My dad was the jokester. He was the one pranking people, and he was the one with the camera. My mother was just the serious kind of funny. My brother was just all around animated with how funny he is. Very intelligent. My brother's very intelligent. I talk to him like every day about just tweaking stuff and just stuff from when we was younger. Because sometimes it's funny how your siblings will know one part of a story and you know the other part, and you be like, "Oh, I didn't even think about that." And stuff start to come together when you get older. But everybody in my house was Just with that was their own personality. That's what kind of, and me being the youngest, I just took a piece of everybody. You know, so.
So, all right, you grow up in the house. You done did your research. You have your book full of jokes. The first time, when, where, how old were you?
I was 21.
The first time you got on stage?
I was 21.
With 21 years of material? Mm-hmm. So did you even do fart jokes on the first? No,
I talked about my early jokes was just about my dad, just the dumb stuff he used to do, being like lazy, being drunk, being like just random stuff that he used to make me laugh at when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. And my first time on stage, it was by default. My basketball career didn't really take off. Had a knee injury, had a back injury, and I've always been a fan of comedy, but everybody said, I can do that. I can get up there, because comedians have so much fun and make it look so easy. And I was at Burke's back when Burke's used to be downtown. Off, I think I forgot what street. I don't know if that's Fleet Street, but it was like the restaurant was downstairs and the comedy club was upstairs. Mm-hmm. And I was on a date with my lady at the time, and I really want to know who that hostess was. Because the hostess walked us in and sat us at the table right next to the steps of where the comedy club was. So, like, our seats was right here in the steps, and they go right up, and it's the comedy club. So you can hear when the door opened, you just hear laughter every time. I'm sitting there trying to eat on my little date, and you know what I'm saying? I'm just hearing laughter. I'm like, I asked my waiter, what is going on? It's a comedy club upstairs, the Comedy Factory. I was like, oh, wow, that's what's up. And it was like, it's an open mic, like a comedy contest. And I was like, that moment, I just like, look, you know how you had that moment, it's like, this is a moment right now. If I don't do something, I need to do something because my life will change. Everybody, I don't care who you are, you know when that moment happened, it's like either this way or that way. And it was just like,
you was like, honey, put down the shrimp scampi.
I was like,
we going up.
I thought about it, and I was like, I might do it. I don't know. And then the girl I was with was like, you funny. I know you sitting there looking like you want to go up there. And I signed up. And the next week I was on deck to go. I invited all my little coworkers from Icework at Singular at the time. It's a very old sentence, Singular Wireless. And my coworkers came out. My mom came out. No, my father came. My brother came. All my coworkers came. A couple people from my hood came. And I told my first joke. And I just remember everybody laughing, bro. And I just was looking at this just sea of people just laughing. I'm just standing there. And I was like really beside myself, like, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. This is it. I realized, then I sat down and did the rest of my set sitting down. And then I got eliminated out of the contest because I went over my time. I was having so much fun. I just sat down. And then the host was Alabama. He the one who brought me to the stage. Shout out to Alabama. He was like, yo, he's like, you went over your time. That's why you got eliminated. But I'm going to try to bring you back because you was funny, man. How long you been doing this? I was like, today? He's like, man, hell, you got to keep doing this shit, bro. And he brought me back. That's when all the other vets and stuff was talking to me and stuff. They was cool. Like, you don't ever sit down. Only Bill Cosby sits down. You got the cadence for it. You got the voice, man. You got to keep doing it.
Wait a minute. Hold. Why you can't sit down during your set?
That's like it's kind of like a respect thing. It's like every different type. Every art has their own like respects and stuff. Like you hooping and you shoot it and you make it. You gotta get the ball back because I say courtesy. Shit like that.
Right.
Sitting down was like known that Bill Cosby was the only one that sits down. If you look at old stand-up, Bill Cosby the only person that ever sat down and did a stand-up. Now, niggas just do it, But there was a respect they put upon me, like, to understand, like, this is a fraternity. This is a big deal, so don't sit down. I was like, yeah, you're right, because I definitely was going to do that, because I was comfortable. But, yeah.
Now you should go on tour with the motherfucking chair, nigga. You should retake the chair as your own. Like, yo, that should be your thing. And you should let me come and I carry the chair. I'm gonna put the chair in a bag
and just slide
and
it
then
on.
We just take the chair out of the bag every time you come on stage. Like, wipe that bitch off.
They were like, what the hell? This is my special chair.
This is a special chair.
But yeah, that's what it was. I never sat down ever again on stage. Unless it was like a part of the joke, but yeah.
It helps you get your steps in too. Keeps you healthy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Your wife likes that.
I was up there, just running around. But yeah, that first time that set the standard for like I'm not gonna ever stop doing stand up.
So, all right. So you're in Baltimore. You're doing stand up. You're 21. Fucked up back, fucked up knees, because the game didn't work out for you. You know what I mean? So now you're getting a name for yourself. But see, like this is I feel like this is that special place that a lot of people get to and never get past. So you funny, people like you, but they ain't buying tickets. So how do you build the audience? Do you have to start doing events on your own? Are you partnering with people? How do you go about building the legend of Desi and then building that relationship with your audience that they'll spend money with you?
I think it was the consistency of doing shows at home and constantly promoting myself, because this was when like social media wasn't, it was big, but it wasn't as big for us as far as comedians. And I would, like when I worked at Singular, I used to like sneak my flyers in their bag when I sell them a phone. So I would sell them phones and I put my flyer right in their bag. A lot of people actually came, and I would find a way to mention I do stand up to every person that walked in that store. I would, of course, post like flyers and stuff around the streets and stuff like that. But a lot of my audience came from the art community, because there wasn't a lot of spaces for comedians unless it was a show. It wasn't like a lot of open mics. So I would go to like musical open mics, like R&B nights, and I would lie and say I was like a poet or something, and I would get on stage and I would do stand up, and I would act like I'm gonna get to a poem, but I would just do stand up, and then I would just get off stage. Like, that nigga was gonna sing. He was funny. What the fuck song he gonna sing? And after a while, those open mics kind of had a little love and respect for me, so they expected me to do that after a while, and they would let me. I went from like performing while they were setting up like the next artist drum set and all that stuff, and I would just perform while that happened. And then they gave me my own night, so I just kept going to those different events because I wanted to get on the stage every night. I don't live in New York, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I got to start here. I got to get my wings in Baltimore. I felt like I just had to win myself like in comedy at home in Baltimore first before I like really take on the road. I mainly stayed from Desi to Baltimore doing stand up, but that's how I did it. I did a couple like showcases, starting with Ricky Shackelford. He always had that show running 8 months where you got to sell the tickets and then get on stage for 7 minutes and all that. Everybody go through that door, you know what I'm saying? But after a while, I was like, I think I can do this myself. You know what I'm saying?
So, how long between the first time on stage till you get the first kind of like, we'll pay you to come out and do the comedy thing?
Oh man, that actually didn't even go well. You would think, because like you getting booked, you like, yeah, wait, I got booked. My first booking, it came within like 2 years of me doing stand up. Somebody saw me at one of the showcases, and they booked me to do a wedding. I was like, oh, this is some baller. Like, I'm about to do a wedding. This is somebody's coming together in holy matrimony, I'm doing stand up.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
It's not. They had me do the reception part after the wedding or whatever, and then I was like, I'm gonna dress like how I want to dress. This is me. This is my style. I used to buy my little hat, little fresh shirt, and so I pull up to the wedding. You
came to the wedding, so you didn't pull off the Miami Vice outfit. At least it was suited with some gaiters. You came street gear,
t-shirt and jeans, and it fitted. I didn't care. I was like, I'm getting paid, baby. This is it. My little $200. This is it. I'm bragging. I get there and I started getting self-conscious because I started seeing more and more people not dressed up. Like, man, everybody got on suits and linen on and shit. Damn, I don't know how this gonna go. And then I started doing my set. They was happy to see me, so I doing my set. People was laughing, having a good time. Yo. And then this fucking baby, bruh.
I'm sorry?
This fucking baby heckled me, bruh.
Baby?
Fucking baby, man. I'm talking about people was laughing, and this lady had this fucking baby in the front. And my mind, I'm like, bitch, take this baby, take him in to change him or something. I'm trying to do, and the whole time, this baby is screaming like he is burning up alive. I'm just like, after a while, I was like, you just don't like, you didn't even try to let me finish my damn set. And everybody just was laughing at that. But I was really angry at this baby, yo, because my set was going good. You keep fucking up my timing. But that was the first time I got paid, that wedding. Shout out to my homegirl, Denora. I think she was getting married, and she invited me to that. So
is she still married?
I don't even know. I got to check on her. I don't know. I probably ruined that.
Tell her I'm single. Just
okay.
Put it on.
No. We're gonna see. We're gonna figure it out. That's like damn near 20 years ago. We gonna figure it out.
I mean, you know,
anything can happen.
yeah, right.
Anything. So you know,
the kids are grown. So,
yeah, they grown. They already, you know,
Shit,
that baby probably grown now.
Facts.
Son of a
Baby,
bitch.
yeah, totally
Say no.
grown. Yeah, and she might be going through menopause, so no pull out. All right. So anyway, yeah, we gonna move on. So all right. So from that point, you know what I mean. All right. So now you're getting paid on gigs. You're moving around. When's the first time you kind of tour? Meaning, I'm doing multiple dates and it ain't in Maryland. Mm-hmm. So is that on your own? Was it under somebody else's card?
It was under my own. Like, I think I got bit by the bug because I already love stand up, and then once I went to New York, bro, I got bit by the comedy bug, bro. I could not stop getting on stage, bro. Like, cause nobody from New York ever heard of me. Don't nobody know our accent like that. But nobody going to New York like that. Like, that was just like consistently just up there, just getting it. When I was, you know, doing it, I don't remember anybody from it's like everywhere I went, they were just like, I was just this fresh guy that was just funny as hell. Mm. And I got bit by that bug, so I stayed for like maybe a week, then another week, and I would just like go to hella open mics. I wasn't even getting paid for it. I was just like, this just feels good because you start to outgrow your own city after a while. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you done been to every show. They pretty much know you know your material. They stop coming, and that's why I don't get mad at people because I understand y'all got lives. I got shit going on. You can't get mad at your own city for not always supporting you. They support you. It's just like you owe them to grow and get out of there. That's what you owe them. So when you tour and then come back, they're gonna definitely buy tickets. You can't just think the same people gonna keep coming. And once I started going to New York, man, when I got bit by that bug, man, and I couldn't. I was there every week, bro.
So what was the catalyst for the New York trip? Like, you know what I mean? Was it just, all right, I need to go test myself, or was it like, yo, we gonna go out for the weekend? I met a chick online or something like.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah.
This was like I got something to prove. I'm gonna go on my own. And I told myself every city I go to, I am not stepping foot in another city if I'm not performing in it. From now on, I don't care if it's a shopping trip or going to see a girl. I have to be performing in that city. I made a promise to myself, and from then on, every city, no matter what, even if I was talking to a chick in another city, I'm talking to her because I'm trying to perform in this city. Like, that was the main goal, because that's secondary. And I was really like on my grind, hustling, man. Like, that was a fun time because I told my boys, I said, yo, I'm going to New York for like maybe 2 weeks. I'm gonna get a hotel. Y'all with it? It was like, bro, let's go. And for the whole week, they went with me. All my boys, probably like 5 or 6 of us. Some of them went home maybe a little early. They would come back. Some of them they was like, no, we riding with you, bro. So that was fun, man. Staying in one hotel.
So what year is this around? What year?
This is around 2000, I think 2006, maybe 2008, right before my, I'm trying to think, was it around my dad passed away? It probably was around 2008, I think. Yeah, before my dad passed.
So you're at the time period where, oh man, you got some of the biggest legends of comedy. Well, I mean, of this time period. So like, you've got, obviously, Kevin is still working the scene because he's not that guy yet. You know what I'm saying?
He was just getting into that, right? Getting like the BET interviews and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, he was just becoming Kevin Hart. I remember that shit.
The legendary Patrice O'Neal, excuse me.
Alive, yep.
You know what I'm saying? Then you had, and then you got all the white dudes. There's a whole lot of them niggas. So like, all right, the way they talk about that scene, it's not necessarily about being competitive, but it is. Like, and it's not easy because they only want the realest of the real in the circle. Like, how do you don't know these niggas from shit. So you walking into these clubs and you doing open mic. Now you're a little safe because you coming in with an entourage. You know what I mean? And Baltimore niggas don't know how to not be clicked up. So they done say comedians say something sideways, now it's a fight. You was a little clicked up. I mean, you was protected.
I noticed that. Like, comedy, of course, in New York and everywhere sometimes can be a little cliquey because everybody trying to move a certain way. But I noticed it was real cliquey because, like, all the New York comics would just kind of band together because they all was either from New York or they all came from other cities, or they all worked together and they all trapped. So it was a thing I noticed early. But me rolling with my guys, they were just like, no, none of us are comedians. We just here all with Desi.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and seeing that, it wasn't intimidating to me because I was like, I get it. I understand, because in Baltimore, it's cliquey in Baltimore. So it's like how it is in every city. So
did they show you, like, any kind of like open arms, kind of like, oh, come on in, and we kind of love you?
Actually, the best comedians were the ones that show love. The ones that like I can't take from you, you can't take from me. Like I'm already dope. I see you dope. That's how it always is. Like it be the ones who really on their shit and they ain't got nothing to prove because they're already really good. It's always the insecure ones who really ain't that strong on stage who give you a little, you know.
You're gonna take my spotlight.
Yeah, they feel like you. I can't take from you because you ain't me. I'm not you. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
So and I felt that a lot of times from other comedians and comedians, female comedians too. Like I felt that from both ends. But it's like I'm so like focused and one track minded and my ADD. I can't focus on that. It's like my brain got to be like locked the fuck in, man. So I ain't paying that no mind. I remember, you know how you just take note of it, like check mark that motherfucker. Okay, and you keep it moving. That's how it was. I ain't stick to the. Because I've seen a lot of it at home. I'm not going to be one of them comedians that is a comedian but is always known for starting shit.
Right.
Because you got those. Same thing in the hip-hop community. I already know it's the ones that could be more talented if they focused on being talented. You so busy focused on the bullshit, you can't get past it. So it's fucking up your talent. You starting to get known for more bullshit than how good you are.
Right.
And that happens in comedy too a lot. A lot of people be so stuck in bullshit, bro. Like, and it's like, are you even a comedian anymore or you just a shit starter that be around comedians? So...
Good question. Yeah. That's a good question. All right, so now you've done time in New York. I mean, you saying 2 and 3 weeks at a clip. That's enough for people to get, not only just say, hey, I know your face, but they're going, even if they not, you know, y'all not best friends, there's a rapport that's starting to be built.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, do they start extending invitation? Hey, why don't you pull up to such and such spots? Or, hey, you know, come for an audition. I mean, does that start to happen? Does New York kind of like start opening up for you in that way?
Because you move around so fast, it's like yeah and no. But some people stick to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I did a show with Marcus Banks. Shout out to Marcus Banks, man. And that guy has always been because we was both at our levels, and we both at our levels now because we always stayed doing it. And I had one gig that I was booked for, he was booked for, and we did the same show. And it was such a raggedy ass spot we did this show at, but it was a paid gig, and we just like became like the best of friends. Every time I go to New York, I would reach out to him, man. So he was like one of the first New York comics who was really in contact with me. Like just as we grow in comedy, we always make sure we keep each other up to date with stuff, man. But yeah, it's like it's so fly by sometimes. Some comedians, it's like when you see them, y'all hanging out, and then like y'all just go on your own little paths and stuff. But they become your friends too.
Damn. So how do you start outside of? Because I feel like booking as a comedian is pretty much basic. Hey, come this day, this time. You've got X amount of time to perform. We'll give you X dollars. But when you start moving outside of just doing the stand-up behind closed doors and you're in front of a camera, I feel like that's when it gets complicated because now you exist as two beings at one time. You're a writer, which has its own complications if you're being on camera, but then you also are the performer that has its own accoutrement to it. So like, how did you learn to navigate that? Did somebody come along and be like, yo, I'm gonna manage you? Or did you have to like learn through trial and error? Like, how did you start learning the business side of the comedian world?
I think it was just like a lot of trial and error. A lot of, trying shit out and it not working. A lot of taking chances, shooting my shot, not giving up, saving a lot of my material, just pushing forward. I mean, I've had, management before, but it just didn't work out. Just wasn't, my thing because I move a different way than certain managers are, and I get it. No love lost. It's just like you just got to look at it like, all right, this ain't going to work for me. So the way I move, nah. And with that, you start to like just build relationships, man. When you make moves to these different cities and be around these different comics, sometimes you got to reach out to them, different comics and different that are booked for shows. You got to just talk to people, man, just see where their heads at. So, but as far as the writing part of it, man, as far as like the movie side, I don't not write. Like a lot of times people thinking I'm scrolling on my Instagram and looking at twerk videos and shit. I'm like looking at notes because I be feeling like, yo, this could be the one. Or this gonna work for somebody else. This joke may not be for me, but because I write for other people too. Right. So it's like I know this may not be mine, but I'm gonna chop this bitch up to make this good for somebody else or some whatever script idea. I just gotta write the premise of it, the whole synopsis, and then leave it alone for a while. Come back to it. That's like my way of like just that's my way of just doodling. My creativity. I gotta feed it. You know what I'm saying?
That's fucking deep. All right, so we're getting along in the journey. You've established yourself. You're touring now. When do you meet Jess?
At the open mics, man. I used to have an open mic at Downtown Cultural Arts Center called the Why So Serious Thursdays, and it was like I was going to do it just for comedians, but comedians ain't got no damn money. So when you go on an open mic, you gotta be some money circulating to this building. So I said I'm gonna open it up to every artist, man, and that's why the art community got such a love and respect for me in Baltimore, because I used to hold that shit all night, and it was so much fun, man. Like you got people, I would have people driving down from Virginia, driving down from Desi, New York, just to get on stage to perform 1 or 2 songs, and that list used to be long as hell. And I used to be like, I'm not leaving until everybody get a chance to perform, and that was like such a love everybody respected me for, because other places they would leave other open mics just to come to my shit, because I knew they knew it was gonna be open up late,
because they knew you was gonna be there all night.
I was gonna be there all night, and I would have like different little sponsors come through with their food, come through with their liquor. And we just gonna be here all night. Let's get it. And it was so much fun, man. Like that. And I used to tell everybody when hosting that, I used to tell everybody, yo, we gonna be on tour. We all gonna be doing all this shit, man. So this is where we finally tune our shit. And those people, the main people that was there, all of them are really doing their shit now. And they always tell me like that. Used to always say, yo, anytime this is where we in the gym. This is our gym right now. We all gonna be like one of my boys. Shout out to Mateo. That nigga, he be touring. Like composing music. He actually scored one of my movies. It's Quasi. He's touring. He lived in Vegas for a little minute. Kira, he's touring. He's going to fucking Tokyo. Like all those people that used to be there every night tripping with us, like just doing our songs. Everybody really like is working. The ones that really grind.
Right, took it serious. That's deep. That's the
but I met Jess at the open mic. But she used to like sit and watch first. Because this was one time she started to come up, and she used to do a lot of like her videos online at work. You know what I'm saying? She used to do Cool Sundays with Cool Ant. Shout out to Ant. And I met her at Cool Sundays, and then she came to Why So Serious a couple times, and then she was like, "I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get on stage and do it." And then once she started doing it, she started getting comfortable, and she would always refer to me because I would like give like genuine advice, and then she used to book me for her. She had a showcase at I forgot the name of the spot, but I think it was off of Harford Road, and
a hustler's always a hustler.
Yeah, she used to she would hustle. What was it called? No, it's right across the street from this big ass parking lot. Damn, what was the name of that shit? St. Mary. I think it was St. Mary's. No, St. Mary's is
on 25th Street.
That's on 25th. Not St.
Mary's. St. Mary's on 25th.
It's gonna come to me later. I know it is.
It did have a big ass parking lot though. You was close.
Yeah, but it's on Harford Road, and she used to ask me, "Can you close me? Because I can't, pay his other headliner. He asked for a whole bunch of money because I got niggas looking at me because I got a lot of followers. They're like, you gonna pay me all this money? I'm like, yo, I will headline because I got mad jokes. Remember, I was teaching.
Right.
I got mad stress. I would love to headline. I got mad material, and I would just do her night, and I would just kill her. I would just headline her show, and she would practice. This was her practice, her getting on and off stage hosting.
Right.
So that was her smart way of getting her material up and getting her stage presence up, going on and off stage, bringing up comedians, say a joke in between, bringing another comedian up, and I would just headline it. So after probably like 3-4 months of that, she was like, yo, when I go on tour, I'm taking you with me, yo. He was like, I appreciate that. That's good. I've heard that 1,000 times from the biggest of the biggest comedians. I just be like, all right. And then she was like, nah, I'm serious. I'm gonna take you with me, yo. Like, you gonna have to quit your job. I'm serious. And then I found out wifey was pregnant.
See him just patting her on the head. Okay, little buddy.
I was just like, yo, I really do hope, this when I was Uber, this when I was Uber and lifting and shit. And wifey was pregnant. I was like, because I had just quit teaching to take on stand up, and then she got pregnant. I was like, oh shit, now I gotta get on double time. So I'm doing Uber and Lyft and doing little side jobs and shit. And Jess hit me like, yeah, yo, it's time, yo. We about to do this shit. And I was like, all right. So what's the first show? We did improv first in DC, and then I did my shit. She said, can you do 30 minutes? I was like, I've been waiting for this my entire life. Did my shit, killed it, and then brought her on stage with this big courageous intro. And after that, she hugged me right when, because we always say something to each other. But if you notice, when I exchange with her, we always say something funny to each other, or I always let her know what's going on. And she hugged me. She said, I want you to bring me up like that every fucking night, yo. I fucking love you, man. And then she went up there and killed that shit. I was like, that's what's up, man. And it's like, that's our thing. Like, every time I bring on, I say something to her. Like, even if the crowd is like rough. Like, the first time we went to Cleveland, that was like the roughest fucking show we ever did. Man, we was killing up until we did New York, we did DC, we did Baltimore. What else? We did Connecticut, and then we did I think Albany, and then we did Cleveland. We was on a high. He was like, maybe Baltimore. People don't realize how hard we represent Baltimore, man. I don't think we get enough credit for that. We really represent Baltimore everywhere we fucking go. We mention Baltimore shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, we get to Cleveland, man, and I got 30 minutes. I do 30, she do an hour. Man, that was the roughest 30 minutes. I was sweating like I was playing full-court basketball with that bitch, man. Like, these motherfuckers are rough. I went through all of my set. They were just like, I was just getting a little bit of shit. And she'll never forget this shit. I hugged her. I was like, right when I put her, I was like, give it up for Jess Hilarious. And she got upstairs. I was like, survive. She was like, oh no. But you know, the people came to see her and she killed that shit. But it was just funny, like an exchange. Because when you gotta remember, when I first started going on tour with her, ain't nobody come to see me.
Right. It's a fact.
They come to see Jess. Jess, you know, the openers don't be getting no love. Y'all gotta respect these motherfucking openers, man. Respect the features. These motherfuckers are killers. Future headliners.
These niggas need to be funny.
Some of them, yeah. Some of them.
like, can we start with that? Can we start with them being funny? You can get all the laughs you want.
Funny ones.
Yeah. Respect the funny ones. Yeah,
my man, Bryson Brown, he featured with Bruce, man. That's my nigga, man. Strong as hell. And I can tell, like the first time I hosted for Bruce, that made me so much stronger. And Bryson Brown was strong as shit on stage because I killed it, and I was just like, whoever come after me gonna have to kill it. And he went up that motherfucker and ripped. But he torn with fucking Bruce, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, watching Bruce was like, this shit made me relive comedy all over again.
That nigga been doing it since the 90s.
Yeah.
Every night.
I'm talking
about, that's what I'm saying. It could be he's a murderer, man. When it comes down to the comedy.
Murdering, and I got so much of a respect for him. I didn't even meet Bryson yet, but I did my set, and I had this whole intro. I like to give people their respect when I open for him. I had a whole thing that I listed all of the movies he been in, his whole catalog, and I made that shit sound so sweet. How I introduced him, he's been on this, that. Give it up for Bruce. The whole crowd cheered, and Bruce ain't even walk on the stage. It was just like literally like 5-6 minutes of nothing. I was just like, the fuck was that? And then his music comes on. And his music said everything that I just said. His intro music already did what I just said. And after the show, it was like, yeah, Bruce want to talk to you. I was like, oh shit, I thought I was in trouble and shit. I just got finished doing the show with TK Kirkland. He don't let you do shit on stage. Don't do no crowd work. Don't talk about relationships. Don't curse. I'm like, god damn. So after that, I'm like, I don't know how these OGs are. You know what I'm saying? They said Bruce want to talk to you. Man, I go in the back. Bruce was like, man, let me tell you something right now. You's a funny motherfucker. They loved you. I don't give a fuck what you do. If you got to bring a bitch on the stage and fuck up the ass, do that shit. I like you. You want to watch some Bruce Lee videos? I said, man, hell yeah. You want a donut? I said, fuck yeah, man.
What the fuck?
I sat backstage a whole weekend and ate donuts and watched Prince videos and Bruce Lee videos of Bruce. How many people can say they did that?
Yeah, that's
and just talk about comedy. That was one of the greatest weekends I've ever had in my life with a comedian, man. And I got so much stronger after just being with him one time, just talking to him.
So you're going through these beautiful experiences. I need to ask, all right, what's your favorite place that you be like, every time you see the tour list and that city comes up, you like, fuck yeah. And then tell me which one you go, damn, I gotta work.
Atlanta. It was New York, because New York was like my other Baltimore to me. But Atlanta and Chicago and New Jersey. I love going there, man. Because that's Atlanta, man. They come to have a good fucking time, bro. I don't know if it's because I ain't from there or something, but it's something about just being in Atlanta, bro. It's just so much love from total fucking strangers, bro. Them people do not know me, yo. And like the first time I went, it was weird because the comedians, it's also kind of a who's who place, so you kind of got to have a name for like the people who are doing it to kind of like look at you a certain way and talk to you. Because when I was back there, wasn't no comedians talking to me, wasn't no all them influencers that was there. When they heard Desi was gonna be there, they thought it was Desi Banks. It was to the point where a nigga came to the door and was like, "Yeah, somebody here to see you." I was like, "Who the fuck is? I never even performed in Atlanta like that before." I go to the door, nigga was looking at me like, Oh nah, I don't know this nigga. Like no bullshit. And then all the other comedians in the back, nobody would talk to me, yo. I never forget that shit. And then Jess was like, "Don't get." It's 2 green rooms in the comedy theater, and I was in the green when they had my name on it. And the niggas in my green room, smoking, ordering food. I didn't know how the order went. I didn't because every city has their own thing. Like, maybe this is where all the comedians hang out, but nobody paid me no mind. You know what I'm saying? And Jess like, "No, come here, yo." And she had me in her green room, and the other comedians was like, "No, that's what they be doing. They be like hang out in there." But no, and then when I went on stage and ripped, all them niggas was talking to me. Everybody had something to say, like, man, I work for BET. One nigga was like, man, I've been looking for somebody to help me write some shit. It was just a weird ass vibe going from that to that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying niggas is phony, but it was just like I just wasn't in the room.
It's the industry, bro. Like you gotta prove yourself before they'll fuck with you. Because niggas don't want to get the stench of whack nigga on themselves.
Like they're like, I don't want to touch the
right.
But after that, everybody was just talking to me. But Atlanta just shows so much fucking love. New Jersey is such a random place, but New Jersey love me to death, man. Like every time I pull up, man, they want to hit, and that's where I tune my shit. That's where me and Pudge go, and we tune our new shit till we can take it on the road, because they know me. New Jersey is like, nigga, we heard all your jokes. We want to know what's going on. And how you gonna tune some new shit? We want to hear this shit. And I didn't talk to them about everything. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love going to Jersey. But New York is where, that's where I got my wings, I feel like. Other than Baltimore, New York is where I got my wings at. But yeah.
So the hardest spot, the place when you see it on the lineup, you go, I know I gotta work when I get here. Like they ain't holding they want the best of the best from you every time you pull up, and they ain't accepting nothing less.
You know what I would say? It wouldn't even be a city. It just be rooms with high ceilings. Let me get deep on you. The venues that we know of that have higher ceilings, the laughs don't hit you immediately. So it fucks with your conscience while you're on stage. There's a certain rhythm when you say a joke and the crowd laughs, and it hits you, and it gives you the timing to rev up the new joke.
And go back.
But those venues that have high ceilings, it's rare. It's really rare. But it's a venue in San Antonio. No, is it San Antonio? I know it's in Texas. They got a high ceiling. It's another one, and it's hard to pronounce. It's in New York. I see the wording in my head, but I can't say. It's like, dang, what's the name of that venue? It was snowing hard as shit when we went. We went twice. It's like Asherston, New York. Asherston. Oh, I can't think. I went to public school. They got a high ass ceiling, and just always come in the back like, I ain't like that crowd. I'm like, nigga, they were laughing because I was sitting on a level with them, but we can't hear it because the fucking ceiling's so high. It's weird, yo. But Cleveland was the first. Like I said, Cleveland was the first one that punched us in the fucking stomach. But yeah,
that's interesting. I never thought about how intimacy adds to the quality. So when you see like the Comedy Cellar on, I'm watching on YouTube, that and it always seems so intimate.
Hit you, yeah.
Right.
Them laughs is just, you just showered in laughter. It just feels so fucking good. The first time I did Vegas, I got too cocky, man. That's why I have a ritual when I do my shows. I'm on tour. I like to go in the room, look at the crowd a little bit. I listen to the same music. I had my little chain I always wear. I have the ritual, but this one time I ain't go with my ritual. I was just like, cause this is some baller shit, man. This is like, we did a casino in Vegas. This is when we was doing casinos. Fucking, the hotel is in where the show is. Security outside the door. They walking you to the venue. You don't even go outside. My clothes already, I don't lay my clothes out on the bed like I'm going to school and shit. Wife you there and shit. I'm like, man, this is how I'm supposed to be living. God always has a way of saying, let me calm you the fuck down and make you realize why you out here. Man, the fucking security outside my door, they walked me downstairs. I didn't do my normal prayer. I didn't do none of my ritual. Didn't sit in that crowd and look at the people, because I like to look at people in the crowd like, I like they gonna laugh at that. I'm gonna look at that side. I didn't do none of that. I just laid in my bed with wifey, got up, go downstairs, elevators. It's like so many secret little go under the casino. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, I'm all this motherfucker like Frank Sinatra and shit.
I made it.
Man, I get on the stage, and then they had a clock on the floor. Comedians love that shit. When you got a clock on the floor and just telling you how much time you got left, that shit is fucking beautiful. We remember our jokes and we know how to time it, but when you got a clock, you like, I can fucking play it around. That clock, that shit started off. As soon as I said, Vegas, make some noise. And mind you, another high fucking ceiling. I see my face on the motherfucking Jumbotron. I'm like, man, this is the motherfucking life. And I started doing my material, and wasn't nobody laughing. Did another joke, wasn't nobody really laughing. I looked at that fucking clock, that shit said 28. I said, shit. Where am I going to go? And then that's when I had to do my other trick I do. I had to like focus on the front row. And as I focused on the front row, it kind of like my eyes kind of widened to realize it was like all older people that's just in that motherfucker gambling. It was some of our fans in there, but that was like, yo, Vegas is a gambling place.
Correct.
But people just like, I'm going to go check out one of the shows.
Right.
It was just mad old white people. So I had to turn to go to my kid jokes. I had to remove all that shit. This is what comedians are doing while they're on the stage, literally within milliseconds. I'm like taking math problems and moving this joke here, and then that's when I started doing like way better after that. Because once I saw the old white people, I was like, oh shit, that's why the fuck they looking at me crazy.
That's deep.
But that was high ceilings, man. And when you do theaters like that, the jokes hit you later.
Right.
So you'll do a joke, and then it's like those people laugh, and then the laughter from those people hits you 3 seconds later. It's different, y'all.
I can see how that fucks up with your timing.
Yeah.
Because you want to give people time to absorb what you said.
Yeah.
You know, get in there, and then so when it's the high ceilings, that's deep.
The first time I did that, and the first time the laughs hit me late because I was in a casino, I looked at the screen like, I was wondering if my mouth is moving later. You know how you be looking at shit?
Yeah.
I'm like, is my mouth moving later on the screen? People was laughing like, you keep looking at the screen at this. So I'm like, because I'm trying to figure out if y'all niggas can hear me the same as I'm hearing myself on my fucking head saying it. So, but they can, but just the acoustics is different.
So, you know what? Now you got me thinking like, all right, when I meet Kevin Hart, that's going to be my first question. Let me ask you a question. So with the high ceilings, because he's in a stadium, ain't no ceiling.
Ain't no ceiling.
So it's like, are you micing the crowd and then having the mic on a speaker
as much money
on the
he
stage?
got, he probably is.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just a different like a different sound in them theaters like that, man.
And I can see that being a reason why like his first stadium joint didn't really hit as hard. Maybe because of the adjustment.
Yeah,
because I felt like some of the timing was off with some of that.
It's just different in those type of venues, man.
And trying to sharpen up material that is strictly for everybody. I don't feel like people really understand, especially black people that are like super like critical. And it's like, man, he ain't funny no more. And I'm like, no, he's trying to adjust the material.
He is. So
that no matter what part of life you come from, you can understand it and connect to it. And I'm like, that's extremely hard to do.
And
but
Kevin is always gonna be one of the greatest comedians. He don't get enough credit, bro. His consistency in stand up and movies, man. I always applaud Kev, man. He's only I met him twice. It's funny. I met him as a fan, and then I met him in the show with him, which is a beautiful turnaround, man. And this just a year from October last year. Me and Jess did a show with him in Atlanta. So that was a blessing. It's funny because we had a show in Atlanta, and that Sunday he was coming to Atlanta to try out some material, and Jess management team was like, "Yeah, Kev said y'all want to stay for another day to do a show with him." I was like, I called wife like, "Baby, I ain't come home. take it easy. I'm about to open for Kevin Hart." She was like, "Nigga, stay where the fuck you at. I ain't going nowhere." I was like, all right, cool. That was a blessing, man. We stayed another night, and it was funny because he didn't even come in. I wanted to like really kind of pick his brain and sit with him, but you know he's busy, you know. He came in right before his set, so like he came in. No, he actually came in when the host got there, and then I didn't see him come in, but Jess was kind of in the other green room, and then it's funny because I got off stage, then Jess got off stage, and I was like, I kind of warmed the crowd up for you, so you're pretty much good at this point, so you can just do your thing. And he looked at me and Jess and Jess was like, yeah, because he went up, then I went up. We made sure it was kind of dry at first. We brought him up for you, so now you straight. He looked at both of us like, I know both of y'all was gonna be here, right? We were just sitting there like, yeah, it was. He was like, no, I set all this shit up. So I was just like, wow, okay. So you never know who fucking watching, bro. You never fucking know. So and he went up there, man. As a comedian watching it, this motherfucker did 4 stories and spread that shit out for an hour. And them jokes was fucking back to back to back funny. I took note of that shit. He only did 4 stories for an hour.
That's some Ali Sadiq shit.
And as a comedian, seeing that, how he fucking paced himself, man, it was like, man, it just made me want to go back in the booth and write, bro.
That's what's up. Yeah, all right, man. So now you get to be the Kevin Hart of Tubi.
Yeah.
You've got film after film on Tubi, the same way Kevin Hart got his Netflix and got his films, and then
Taking over.
facts. Now, how many stand-ups? I think I might have seen one stand-up with you where it's like you were doing 45 minutes or 30 minutes or something like that, but it's been so long.
Yeah.
So what's up? Why isn't your stand-up easily accessible, number one, or am I just trash? And number two, why not more? Especially at this juncture, like you could be cranking out so much more, especially seeing people like Ali Sadiq have so much success with it.
You know, it's funny. Now, literally, while you're saying that, I'm wondering, shit. Because I have one stand-up special on TMT Network, but it's like, why don't I have more? You know, that's just a question. Because literally, I just been on tour so much and really just dadding it out. And now I'm into film. Who knows? I do need to have a special one there. But it's like, and you trying to maintain your social media shit. It's just like shutting down one thing to make that grow. I think that's what it is. I would have to shut down maybe my social media for a while and focus on the new set. That's nothing to do. That's what I am glad and I'm grateful to be blessed to be able to have the mind power to do something like that. But that's what it is, just shutting down one thing so this thing can be as great as it can be.
Word. So getting into the film thing, you know, thank you for answering the stand-up comedy question, because that's something I've always wondered.
Yeah.
But what made you? How did you get hit with the acting bug, bro? Like what was it that was that initial bite? Because you going crazy.
A lot of the shit I be writing, or was writing, it, like I said, it don't be for me because I be touring. So I just be like, I want to write something and I want to just sit back and maybe direct or sell this to somebody else. And then once people started to like ask, like, why ain't you in some shit? Like, you, like, as much as you be acting on your social media and these sketches that you write, some of them I can see this shit as a movie. You know, like some of them dramatic joints I wrote, people was DMing me like, yo, that shit sound like some shit that'll be on some BET shit, bro. Like, and that's when I started writing scripts. So I've been writing scripts before, but once Alvin asked me to be in
Check Please?
Not Check Please, but for that, he asked me to be in Risky Business.
Gotcha.
That's on YouTube now. And I never forget his response. He gave me the script. I came to, and then once he saw me do one take, he was like, I don't even got to direct you. Like most motherfuckers, he was like, oh, I'm glad, good. Now I can just get mad. Now I can play with the angles, because a lot of the times she was kind of worried about if somebody was going to portray the person the right way. He just looked at me like, I don't even got to direct this motherfucker. All right, cool. So after that, he, of course, grabbed me for Check Please. And from there, it was like, I really want to start writing shit and pick something. And once Alvin was like, yo, we need to, he's like, I want to do something different, bro. Like, I see a lot of the same shit a lot, and I want to do something different that's like not even what I normally do. Because you know Alvin does a lot of those good ass, those blog movies and shit he be doing. Yeah. They be catching fire, man. He was like,
I give him props, because even amongst the films that he does, he has such an original take on it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. I hate Tubi movies. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate, even though I have a whole show where we review Tubi movies, most of the time, I'm like,
what is this shit?
A lot of this shit is stereotypical, especially if it's white. If it's black creators. Black creators feel like they got to be gangster. We got to have some titties. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Tommy gotta die, and I gotta have the bricks, and we gotta be the greatest.
It has to be the hoodiest of the hood.
Right. So when I after my team had done maybe 5 or 6 of those Tubi films, I saw Check Please come on your joint, and y'all was like, yo, it's on Tubi. And I said, I begged my squad, like, look, I know y'all love this gangster shit, but can you please watch Check Please? I'm like, even if it's a horrible comedy, I'm like, yo, I just need a palate cleanser.
Yeah.
We all were, it was like we was all watching a movie in separate places at the same time, and we texting each other like, oh shit, this nigga, yo, and then everybody's from other places except for me. I'm the only one from Baltimore. So all the text messages is, so is that what y'all doing in Baltimore? So y'all just out here stealing food? And yo, is y'all niggas just having fights? Like, who does the 20-year-old reunion? And I'm like, yo, stop. Y'all niggas be having reunions.
Shout out to the show, man.
So,
the show Noel wrote it, man. She definitely put that together, man.
That was so different. It was so different and so funny.
Yeah, man.
And it was like, it's ridiculous, but you guys knew it was ridiculous, and like it was good. Like you guys acted well.
Thank you.
Y'all acted so well. Not that it was like y'all. I mean, it wasn't about like to be or not to be, but like to be in the moment. Yeah, y'all. Each one of y'all were individually different, and I feel like you bringing that certain energy brought Tim out of. Yeah, and he's able to like be himself, but still be in a rhythm. Yeah, like it didn't feel like he was acting. It felt like he was being himself. Yeah. Then
that was the first time I met Tim too, man.
Man, I known Tim for a long time, but you know what I'm saying. But like, he's such a reserved person. Yeah. In real life, people don't know that.
One of my best fucking. I talk to this nigga every day now.
Like, this nigga's the fucking best, bro.
The chillest nigga I ever met in my life, man.
He's the fucking.
And when I met him, I was like, "Yo, I'm a big fan of you." He was like, "Nigga, I'm a big fan of you." I was like, "Nigga, we don't even know each other." It was cool.
That's what makes
shit,
Tim
man.
Annoying. Tim doesn't know. Like he know he famous, but he don't know he famous.
Man, I'm like, nigga, you know who the hell you? He's like, man, I appreciate y'all, man.
Facts.
And Pudge did this thing too, man.
Man, your whole squad killed it.
And Tashiki, man, and watching Tashiki grow up from then to now is just so funny, man.
Tashiki was good. Yep. In that.
And you know what's funny? I never seen people be like, Tashiki be fucking bitches up. Tashiki be doing this. In real life, Tashiki is one of the most nicest, most sweetest people you ever meet in your life. Like your little sister. Like I would call, check on her right now. Like, you all right? Yeah, I'm all right, Desi. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm just chilling. And on TV, people, and I don't even watch it, but I always see the highlights or the aftermath of her fucking somebody up. I'm like, this is not the same girl. People like, nigga, yes it is. She fuck people up. She should be on WWE some goddamn where. I'm like, I don't know who y'all talking about. That's why I don't watch. I think that's why I don't watch it, because I only see Tashiki as my little sister, the homeless girl who don't be. Because even on set, she was so shy. She was so like self-conscious. Did I say that right? I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. Like, Tashiki, you got this shit, man. Once she start hyping up, then she start doing her thing. But no, man, that's her, bro. That's the only way I see it. I'm sorry.
I feel like, not trying to take no credit away from anybody, but I definitely felt like you were quarterbacking it. And they were all kind of looking to you for. So as long as you were exuding confidence and you were breathing life into the scenes, you could see everybody feeding off of each other, and you saw the energy of it.
It was like a band, like we was all giving each other solos and shit.
Exactly. Even that one scene where like one of my homeboys, I didn't even expect this nigga to walk in, but there was like a scene at Tashiki's house or whoever's house it was, but it was Tashiki's house in the film. Oh yeah, and the guy walks in,
Logan,
and who the fuck is you? Yeah, right, yo, my man Logan. Well, Logan going, and they like, yo, who the fuck is you? What you doing in here?
Yeah, man.
Like, I was like, yo, this is the craziest.
It's like we all looked at the script and was like, oh, we gonna make this shit. We gonna color this shit all the way out. So yeah, man, that was fun, man. And we shot that shit in like a week.
That's crazy. In 1 week. Are you serious?
We was Alvin. Let's just try to pound the pavement hard. Let's just get all our scenes in. We filmed it in a week.
And I remember because at the time I was managing Tim, and I'm running up on him to help him out with something we was signing him up for. He had something he was doing, and I came out and I was like, he didn't tell me the details. He was like, I'm shooting a film and I'm with Desi and all that. And I was like, all right, I know Desi. He's like, you know Desi? I know Desi. All right, cool. I pull up. There you go.
Tim's that's my guy, man.
And then it's like everybody in there. I know this nigga. I know that nigga. What's up?
That's how the first day of shooting was. Once we came in there and saw everybody together, like, oh shit, man, like. The chemistry, it was weird. Everybody was nervous. Are we gonna do good? It's like, this is really happening because you see all the lights and stuff. And then once we said action and we started to we got like 1 or 2 takes in, then we was like, all right, let's get it. Now we all homies now. We all friends now. So
it's beautiful, man.
Yeah, man.
It was such a unique story. The ending was cool. Yeah. The ending set up for the sequel. I said they're gonna do a sequel to this crazy ass shit.
We still be talking about it, and we still got damn group chat and shit, man. So yeah, man.
And from that now comes my all right. I'm on this nigga page, this nigga Alvin page, and I'm like looking at other stuff that he did. And I'm like super impressed, bro. Yeah. I'm like, none of this stuff is stereotypical. Like even the one I just saw, what was that? The one, it was like an off take of Diddy, and it's supposed to be like African American Psycho.
Like American Psycho, yeah.
I was like, yo,
nobody would have put those together like that.
I would never have done it. And the way he shot it. And the guy, that nigga looked like D for real. He
really like embodied that, man. Like
crazy.
Yeah, man.
So then the trailer for Flood comes out.
Yeah.
The only reason why he's here right now to promote that.
You see, man.
What is that? An hour in. Now we talk about Flood. So all right, let's go. We got to go back to the writing.
Yeah.
Who did you? Was this your idea? How? What were you smoking? Was it a nice sativa?
I feel
was it
like
an indigo?
It was one of
indica?
one of them things I said. I really want to see this movie. You know how I made a movie for guys, man. This is like the guy's guy movie, but at the same time, still a little love story in there. But it's like I want to see some action packed, crazy storyline, some double crossing. Like not even shit ain't got nothing to even do with drugs. It's just this is just like I'm trying to think. I can't even name it. It's like you got one spy group and it's like espionage. It's all types of it's action. Some of the shit. I'm not even funny in the whole movie. I'm dead serious the whole movie.
No jokes.
I don't tell no jokes the whole movie.
You just shoot niggas.
It's a thriller. It's all that shit, man. Like when you see this shit, it's like on some fucking Kill Bill, Tarantino type shit. Then it's on some Power type shit. It's all that, bro. I'm telling you, this is for us.
So how long did it take for you to write the script?
Maybe I would say like 2 weeks.
2 weeks to write from beginning to end?
Mm-hmm.
How many passes did you have to do? Meaning that once you write it and you had to go tweak it, how many passes did you have to put on?
I just went straight through because I write a lot in one session, and once I feel like my brain is empty, I'll be like, leave it alone, Desi. And I'll be like 20 pages in, and I know like this is what I have to get this out of my head now. And once I get certain parts out, once I get the beginning and then get to the second act, everything else is good, is easy. And this is one of the movies that the third act don't die down. It's shit still going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when you see this movie, you're gonna be able to tell. Like, Desi is a Marvel fan. He's a Dark Knight saga fan. He's a fucking Tarantino fan. You're gonna be able to tell all that shit. You're gonna be able to feel that shit. But it's just our version of it, and it's so fucking good, bro.
So how long did it take for y'all to shoot this one?
Did it take? Let me see. This probably took like almost a month, if that, maybe 3.5 weeks, because everybody's schedules was kind of all over the place, and it was like kind of like wintertime. Because the scene I got fucked up, it was coming over hitting the ground. It was cold as shit. I won't forget that. That yeah, like when you portraying falling on the ground and it's cold, that sidewalk hit you hard. And she be like, "Was that good? Because I don't want to do this shit again." But that was like probably like 3.5 weeks. Yeah, aside from like pickup scenes and scenery shit and B-roll. Yeah, the meat and potatoes of that movie was like maybe like 3 weeks.
Word. So you have a premiere coming up. Come on, man. You got to promote, man. This is
the flagship, man. We out East Point, man. The flagship centers on the 16th, and this is like the premiere of all premieres. I'm gonna be I'll probably take this on the road. Because I'm already touring doing stand up. Why not tour and then show the movie a couple times? You know what I'm saying? But the premiere is on the 16th, Saturday on the 16th, and we will be showing Flood, the action thriller adventure movie. This is
what merchandise do we get to purchase? Is there gonna be posters, T-shirts?
We will have that, but right now, purchase tickets.
Well, yeah, that too. I'm saying I'm going to purchase it at the venue.
I'm thinking about it.
I need a poster for the studio.
Because like, and this is what I'll tell you that I also wanted this movie, the characters. Like, taking the 50 Cent's advice is key. That nigga said, don't focus on these big acts and these big actors and trying to book the best. Focus on talent. These motherfuckers in this movie portray the shit out of these characters that I wanted, man. That's why I did the posters. I want people to like and not like specific people, because everybody gonna end up having their own kind of spinoff, and Flood gonna have its own fucking universe. But when y'all see this shit, man, y'all gonna be like, I like this shit, man. You're gonna be able to. I've been watching this shit like over and over again. Like, I ain't never seen it before. Because all these people really did they fucking thing. Everybody in the movie, man. Even Alvin, the only character I would say is like them in real life is Alvin's character. And that's what it was funny about this shit. Alvin don't like getting into a whole bunch of shit. Alvin don't like doing too much physical shit. And Alvin portraying that when he has to get down. This is so funny when y'all see this fucking scene. And he did it. I said, this is a scene when we actually like be tussling with this nigga and actually fight. He's like, oh, we gotta do that now? I said, yeah, this is it. He's like, oh shit. He's like, all right, Desi, you only gonna get one night of me to this shit. And Alvin got the fuck down. Alvin was throwing down like we needed it to, man. So, and shout out to Walt, the choreography for the fight scenes, Walt and Lion. I had to get in shape for this shit, like to make it look. And then Walt was like, do you want this shit to look real, or do you want to just do some like 50%? I was like, I want this shit to look real. He's like, all right, this nigga trained me in the summer and whooped my ass in training. Like, and I studied a lot of how to make the punches look real, how to really deliver, and it looks fucking good, man. I just can't wait, man. I'm just so excited. I'm gonna show you a little small clip. I ain't gonna show the people, but and my brother, man, and this is another thing people don't realize. I value people's presence in my life, like this right here. This is one for the books.
I appreciate that.
We got this filmed and recorded. This is history we're making right now. I managed to be able to put my mother and my brother in the movie, bro.
Yo, that's blessed.
So that's like something in my life, that in my capsule, that I will always value. And my brother, he portrayed the nigga that I wanted. And I'm kind of like my brother in this movie. I'm kind of acting like how he act towards me, being really protective of his brother. So I kind of studied his demeanor to be this person. And my mother is my therapist in the movie. So, and it's funny because it's like a full circle moment, because my mother always put me in her plays growing up. All of her plays, she would just come in my room, throw me a script. Your name Junebug this month. Study it, remember it. I'm like, Ma, I'm like fucking 8. I don't feel like it. But that really gave me culture. It gave me, be ready. I hated that shit when I was a kid.
And it gave you the skill of being able to hold a lot of stuff in your head.
Yeah.
So when you're on stage or you're on a film set.
She was a writer, man. That's where I got my writing sense from. And I was able to put her in there. She all self-conscious. Did I do good? I'm like, Ma, you did your fucking thing, Ma. Come on, Ma, you did your... And it's good to me. I can direct her now. Back in the day when I was a kid, she had to be, steady, get on your mark, eyes front. I'm like, all right, Ma, goddamn. So now I got to do that to her. But she did her thing, man. She gonna love to see herself on screen. I'm so proud of her, man.
I can't wait. We're going to be in the building. The whole Baltimore city has got to come out to support this. Now, being a fan of the television show, where are the rest of the fucking episodes? Where can I see all of the rest of the seasons of the show?
Of tonight's special guest?
Yes, sir.
Not on Amazon. I think I have... Once I do the app again, because I had a Red Eye Valley app. That's a film company I just started. It's Red Eye Valley Studios, Red Eye Valley Films. I had an app, but you got to be a little bit more bigger to get the people to buy into the app. You got to get more people to subscribe, because I had it and all the episodes was on there.
Right.
But it's like, it wasn't making no money, to be honest.
I would suggest using a service such as Patreon, whereas people can subscribe monthly. Yeah. The money comes out. But also Patreon has it to where people can buy the individual products. Okay. So, like, say if they just want the stand-up, they can buy the stand-up. If they just want to get the series of the TV show, you can set the price to whatever you want. But then people can have that monthly subscription. That way, they can continue to support you over time. And you can make it as low as $3. You can make it as large as $200. And it doesn't cost you per month. It's like you set it up, and then you get money, and they take a small percentage. Okay. A little 8%. They ain't going to hurt you.
I was thinking about doing OnlyFans. I was going to do a little foot page and then do a comedy on there, but,
as much as you making a joke right now, OnlyFans, I'm a tech guy.
I have OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, the tech for sales is the best in the market. Like, so being able to do like, all right, I can give you a free 30-day subscription, but then it ups to $10, or I can give you a 3-day subscription for free. Like, that type of stuff helps bring in audiences, you know what I'm saying? Or like also, getting people to subscribe and then being able to sell stuff through the DM. Man, they make it though. These hoes can get all type of paper.
Bro, any girl you go on their page, man, they have a little link. You click. Oh, she already butt naked. Damn, she already butt naked.
Yeah, I mean, she ready for you.
It'd be
20% off today. Today,
it'd be like free, but then $5. Like, damn, man, you doing it too? Damn. Everybody naked. But
hey, the pandemic help people. It really changed people's perception of content, bro,
and respect for themselves. It's like, man, look, I got bills. Man, let me get butt ass naked, man. I know a girl that work a regular chill ass day job, bro, and she got her OnlyFans, and she's mad because she know the creepy guy at her job subscribed to her shit. She got like 2 subscribers, and she be like, I know this man is subscribed to my shit, because every time he come to work, he be looking at me. I'm like, you do what you gotta do.
I tell you something, because I got a lot of friends that work in the world, and one girl was like, yeah, my uncle subscribed. And like, she be busting it open, doing all type of shit. Wow. And I'm like, well. You got to take the good with the bad. I'm like, hope that nigga tipping.
Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, that shit funny though. But imagine having somebody that you freaked out by at your job, but they just look at you every day like, "Good morning, Sonya." Thanks for that drop last night. But he don't say nothing, of course. But she like, I know the look on his face. I know he subscribed because I only got like 2 subscribers. I'm like, damn, girl. She's
Maybe
like,
you should just shut it down.
Just go ahead and
shut it down. Just go ahead, yo. How much is she charging them? Right. She must be charging like $50 a head.
I think that's what she probably be doing. But she know that nigga be subscribing because every day a nigga smile every time he see it. Because you know the creepy nigga gonna find out the girl page. Because if he like her every morning, where my hug at? He gonna find that page. He gonna click on that link. Oh, I got a little extra money this week. Let me go ahead and subscribe.
Hey, if she knew right, she take all them creepy niggas and send that link right to him. What's your phone number?
At the next work meeting, I got an OnlyFans, y'all. So
yeah. It is what it is. But I feel like you create so much dope work, and then like a lot of people rallied around to support. And I'd be like, as a person that just enjoys your content in general, I just want to like all of this stuff. I want to be able to see it, and honestly, I want to directly be able to like support. Yeah. You know, here, take the $20, nigga. Like, cause I know you got bills to pay. Yeah. And you got mad kids.
I got mad kids. So just I got to be making money while I'm asleep.
Right.
So and something like that would definitely help.
Right.
I'm gonna figure it out.
I do not want your wife walking in her bedroom and saying BG&E is hiring, nigga. This shit is over.
Was coming in and see me taking pictures of my feet. Like what? I'm just for the page, baby. Just for the page.
Don't nobody watch your crusty toes. Yeah. Get over here, climb up the pole, pause, and do the electrical work. They $32 an hour starting pay. Like,
and I got another one on the way too. So yeah, it's gonna have to work. So I gotta hit this million.
So you just out here just letting it loose, huh?
Man. You know, I thought I was just having fun married sex, man. And now I got everybody like, how old is your youngest? 1. And I got 1 on the way. Like, how the fuck you do that? I don't know, man.
So wait a minute. You about to have another one that's going to be 1 and then one that's 2?
She turned 2. She turned 2 in March.
Jesus.
Can they be the same age? No, they can't.
No, they can't. You trying? Yes, that's crazy math. So how old is the oldest one?
Kira, she's 16. Then Zoe, she's 7. And then this is my stepchild. This is my stepchild.
Okay. All right.
So Kira's she's 16, and then Zoe's 7. Then the baby's 1, and then the new one's about to be born.
Okay. That's only 4.
We gave Zoe time to be the only child for a second. Now you got to be a big sister. So.
I got a friend of mine I went to high school with. He is at 12 children right now.
12.
Don't be him. And he ain't on tour doing comedy or making movies. He's just out milking vodka and fucking bitches raw. That's it.
Oh, it's just different women all over the city.
Yeah. He got one baby mama that he has 6 kids with. Okay. And then the rest of them are all...
It's littered. It's all over the city. Okay. I can't, man. I got one, and I don't know how single parents do it. It's 2 of us. I don't know how single parents do it. They are whooping our ass. It's 3 of them. I don't know how people do it when they by themselves. Me and her be looking at each other like, I don't know how we going to do this shit, man. Like, should be missing. I lost my wedding ring about 5 times. It's rubber. I ain't got my rule. I don't know where the fuck the wedding ring at.
I don't want to say anything because I don't want you to get in trouble. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's shit missing. It's money missing. I don't know what's going on now. Everybody just moving shit.
Your stepchild just happened to leave,
and then it's all
like, I'm
girls.
Never coming back. Well, you know what happened to the money,
right? Then it's all girls. So I'm the only guy in the house. It's me and the cat, man. So that's it.
Yo, as a brother that is surrounded by opposition. How do you? Well, you know what? I know exactly how you deal with that. You got mad content coming out of that.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me write this down.
Write all of it down.
Yep. All of this insanity in here.
That's why my stage presence is like, I need this stage.
Facts.
I have to do this.
Facts.
So.
I need to get on the road. That's why all right, honey. I'm on tour. I'll be back.
Yep. That's why I appreciate wifey. She know you got to get your ass on that stage because if not, you will go crazy in this house. So.
Okay. Yeah. The last couple of questions and we getting you out of here. Number 1 question: who is the person you would like to do a comedy show? I mean, your idol. Like, who's the idol person that, like, yo, if I could open for them or be on tour with them? Outside of Jess, we know Jess is fam. Mm-hmm. Never want to disrespect that. But if to get the legend of legends, who would it be?
I think it would be Dave. It would be Dave. Yeah, because I would say Kev. I just did a show with Kev a year ago. I marked that in my book.
Dave would be crazy.
So Dave would be Dave. But I did with my other legend. I opened for Paul Mooney. So
really,
yep.
What was it like? Did you ever go to the green room and talk to him?
First of all, I tried to open for him years before that, and I like called and try to get to the promoter to ask can I open for him at a show in New York. They said hell no, but you can still come to the show. And I tried to come and try to see if I could. It was like still no. Years later, he came to the Comedy Factory. Shout out to Alabama. He said, "Bro, your dream may be able to come true. Paul Mooney's coming here," and he said, "Get somebody in here that's funny." And I went and I opened for him, man. And I got off stage and he like looked up at me. I was like, "Oh shit, what's about to happen?" And he was like, "Go sit, homie." I was like, "Yes, man,
hell yeah!"
Couldn't wait till my brother went in the house and I told my brother, man, we was happy as hell, man. So, but Dave, it'll be Dave.
All right, next question. In your well, because you already have an extensive filmography, make sure you look his product up. What style of film do you want to write and lead yourself in?
Horror. A good one. Yeah.
So if somebody gave you the budget, they gave you the $20 million budget, we going horror.
That's all I watch in the house is horror movies.
So are you gonna be the main villain, or are you gonna be somebody that dies?
I might not. I don't know, but I'm literally working on that with someone that may have a plug, and we may be making moves on. I already wrote, I would say 80% of that script, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Number 3. You know what I mean? How would you like to retire? When you look back on your illustrious career, are you like, you know what, get me a place up at the Upper Park Heights? And are you gonna like, oh, I want to get a beach house, or do you want to die working? Because I know some niggas that they be like, I'm never gonna retire because they love what they do so much.
And that's the way I feel. I want the goddamn statue. That's what I want. I know that may be one of those far things, but I think I want a goddamn statue. But ultimately, I just want to see my kids just eat, man. And whatever they do, I just want to see them eating. I don't know I think Zoe may end up being a comedian. I don't know. She'd be getting in trouble in school for talking too much and shit, man, being Miss Personality. But I think she out of everybody, I want to see her do stand up. But other than that, I just want to see my kids eat, man.
Okay. Lastly, what do you want to do that you haven't done, obviously, outside of open for Dave Chappelle and do a horror movie? Like, is there anything else in the entertainment field? Did you want to drop the album of comedy songs? Did you really want to open the OnlyFans with your feet out to be the first comedian with a footsie OnlyFans? That would be kind of weird.
I know this may sound like cocky, but I'm like working on the shit that I want to do. And it's probably going to happen because I'm working on it. I don't even look at it like something far away. Because like you just said, what would you want to do if I had the money? Horror. And I'm working on with people that's trying to get the people with the money to get the horror shit done.
Word.
I don't play around, but if I got the chance to shoot my shot, nigga, I'm shooting it.
Word.
Even if it don't even look like it's going to happen. I'm going to get closer shit to it. So, but
I love that.
Maybe just being, I'm really, I don't know, man. Like maybe working with 50 on one of the, I don't know, but I be really working towards the shit I be wanting, yo. Like
you want to be a BMF
even if it don't look like it's gonna happen, bro. Like Desi gonna get damn near close to that shit. That's how I am, man. So
I love that. Well, it seems like you happy. It seems like you living the life that you want to live. You happy. You know what I'm saying? And you're grounded as hell. You're not arrogant. You're not egotistical.
Thank you.
Which I find that to be weird, but. Yo, God loves you and I love you for that. You know what I mean?
Too,
you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man.
All right. With that being said, is there anything else we need to promo before we get up out of here?
Go to the website, man, comediandesi.com. All the tour dates, the movie premieres, the online, the OnlyFans foot page. It's all on the website. It's like, no. But yeah, man, make sure y'all look out my social media, Desi, Famous for Real, Instagram, Desi Alexander on Facebook, and just support live comedy, support this movie. Thank y'all.
Man. All right. Make sure if you haven't done so, you see the sign. It says Aries Lounge. Look that up on social media somewhere, and then you'll see me come up. Or follow me at JS1THASUPPLIER. Also, by God, Brandon Derrick on the engineering tip. Make sure that you have 2 things when you reach out to him, a bag of weed and a bag of cash. And that way, all of your editing dreams will come true. So if it don't, then don't expect him to respond. That's just how the game works. And, I forgot my last question. Why the fuck does your Instagram page keep getting deleted?
Yeah, that first one I got scammed.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
They call it copywriting trolls, but that's a whole other thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm back up. It's it was a stressful time, but I'm back up. So and it's funny because if that didn't happen, I may not have done this movie. Because I'd have still been on tour focusing on just stand up, probably.
That's crazy.
So that had to happen. Shit. So
damn, that's a motherfucker. Well.
Yep.
All right, with that being said, we'll check y'all next time. We appreciate y'all jumping them comments. We out.